it's a new set. Before we set the new review, just kind of want to say, new set. I hope you like it. I really do. And at times you'll see new posters going up, maybe, I don't know. This is Double Ranger, Double Danger, and it wasn't a bad episode, to be honest. It was kind of fun and lots of new things, so let's jump straight into it. Ends up with Sledge and Poison Eater. They're kind of talking on the ship, and it's kind of the lovey-dovey stuff, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, Poison Eater's like, oh, Poisonetta. She turns around and says, like, I'm not that stupid, and that she can do it. Fury laughs, and you can tell that they hate each other, but I think he secretly likes her. So therefore, they send a monster down who can do really cool things, and yeah, go down to Earth. The Rangers are all kind of together. They're kind of like in a park looking at the E-Tracer. You've got Shelby and Riley. They're kind of like working together, looking at the E-Tracer. Then you have Tyler. He's kind of just like talking like overhead. Coda's in a tree, and Chase is kind of with a flower. That's important, remember that part. So basically Tyler's looking at all of them and kind of giving his input, and I kind of called it in the last video, there's a little bit of romance because Tyler's like, hey, Shelby's really cute. And then, you know, he kind of smiles, and then he starts like going on about Fury and then the book and writing. And to be honest, what he's saying is, I don't think it's actually he's writing the book. But oh well. Kendall then contacts Rangers and say, hey look, there's bad guys, and to be honest, it looks really kind of cool, like a really different type of like communication, and clear and very techy. So what happens is that they all pack up the E-Tracer, Tyler runs off with it, and then suddenly the Rangers just jump into the back, because the others are saying like, you know, we're gonna stay behind, and the Rangers just jump in the back. Now one thing that made me laugh is when all the Rangers jumped in it, it's just literally when Tyler's like, oh, we're morphed, are we? We're gonna stay morphed, and like, Chase just goes, drive. Just like robbed the bank or something and just gone, drive. Tyler's Jeep breaks down, and then suddenly Shelby contacts him and says, hey, what are you doing? What did you leave me for? Why would you be doing that? And Tyler's like, no, you're here, you're morphed as a Power Ranger. What? As this happens, Poisonetta, I keep getting the names wrong, all join her, and then they attack the Red Ranger and knock him out pretty much, and he goes flying. Well, he goes flying, then gets knocked out, which is kind of weird because it's doing this whole spinning in the air, which is humans can't do. The Rangers then return to the base without Tyler, because Tyler's knocked out in a field, and Shelby wants to know where he is. She wants to go and find him, and she's like, look, I'm not being funny, but I think we should go find them. Keeper's like, no, you need to be a team, go and fight the monsters in the city. We'll keep contacting Tyler just in case he's around, and we'll find him. Tyler then wakes up, he then calls the Dino Cycle, and it's quite cool. He just throws a battery, and it's kind of a delayed response. He clicks it and just goes, and then throws it, and then the Dino Cycle, and he literally morphs, flips in the air, which I'm getting kind of a bit sick of, but we'll come back to that. He just drives into town. He just literally gets on the bike and goes vroom, straight into town. So the Rangers are now in the city. They're looking for the bad guys to fight, and all of a sudden the monster then literally just makes clones of the Rangers, and then Fury gets kind of annoyed because he wants to be the one who brings them a prize and gets in Sledge's good books. So he thinks, oh, I'll go after the Red Ranger. Like all monsters do. The Rangers meet their evil selves. The monsters created them previously, and he's like, yeah, just go find them. And I found this quite funny because when the Rangers look at them, they're just standing there going like, what? The Rangers start fighting themselves and little other minions, and I like the camera effects. It kind of slowly pans around in this one, and it's quite interesting. I think that's pretty more of the Sentai footage. And then literally Chase is just shooting all the correct ones. They ask him, hang on, how did you do that? Chase pretty much goes, do you remember those flowers that I was playing with? Yeah, I kind of slipped it into your belt so I knew which one's which. And this is a really genius thing. See, the flower was quite an important thing, and that's what you needed to remember. But I like the way that Chase thought ahead of this and was like, I'm not going to shoot my friends. Because literally, evil Rangers, they shoot their friends, but I don't know what we're going to do. Sorry, didn't mean to. Evil Rangers like, no. The bad guys are entering, and they're pretty much arguing about what's happening with the E-Tracer, and you know this is going to happen constantly because they can't get it right. Tyler is now heading towards the city, and what I really liked is like this Iron Man hood interface, and it's something that we've all kind of thought of, like in the helmets, is what would actually normally happen. You know, literally them contacting each other rather than like communicating or on the dino chase or anything like that. So literally, this is really cool. I really like what they've done with this one. Tyler's then fighting Fury. He's constantly fighting him, and then Chase rings him and says, look, we need your help, can you come help? And Tyler's like, oh! I think at first he kind of ignores him and carries on because of what he's been looking for all this time. And then Chase says, look, we really need you, get your ass here now. Effectively. At this point you've got Fury, he's about to attack, but something goes wrong with his stomach, and he's like, roar! It looks like something from Aliens would happen, but no, it's actually, I'm going to call it, I think it's going to be his father That's the main thing. I think Fury absorbed his father at some point. That's why he recognizes like the bracelet and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, like he's trying to break out so his son doesn't get attacked. Tyler and the others defeat the monster with the spike add-on attack thing. I can't remember, the charge spike or spike thing. Well, I can't remember. I think it's a charge spike. Monster dies. They look at Poisandra and Sledge's like, "Hell no! You ain't attacking my woman." Hits the button, sends down a beam, and obviously the monster grows. Now, I've got to admit, this is good. I think this is going to be my favourite Megazord battle so far in all of existence of Power Rangers. The monster makes a copy of Fury, and Fury, the original Fury, is annoyed as hell. But what happens next is when Kendall contacts the Rangers and says, "Hey, look, guess what? You need to use number 17, which is release the toxic gases." And I guarantee you, all the other Rangers are like, gonna fart on him, and like a few of them are like, are you serious? All of a sudden then turns around and says, "Fart gas," and Ken's like, "Yeah, whatever you want to call it, let's do it." When it does it, the Megazord farts on the bad guy, Eve copy Fury. He just farts on him and then turns around and farts on the monster, and I think that's quite funny because it's like, "Oh, my eyes are burning." I thought that was really funny, to be honest. Possibly the best Megazord battle I've ever seen, and it gives use of using its weapons. It's that little hole as well. They call the Angler Zord, and then that's pretty much it. They defeat the monster. Fury is taking the E-Tracer. He's like, "I'm going to take this to Sledge, not you guys." And to be honest, you think that Poisandra would be like, "No, I'm going to fight you." But no, Fury takes it. Fury is walking very slow. You think he teleports out straight away, and they say, "Chase, you're the only one who can do this." Take the shot, Chase shoots it, and then suddenly Fury finds the energy. He's like, "Ha! Don't care about your machine, but I've got control of the Zord. Ha 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 ha." The Rangers are now back at the base, and they're kind of saying like, "Oh god, the E-Tracer, you know, I can't believe they got the Zord." And literally they just get some like pep talk. They say that they're united, you know, apart from the bad guys, because the bad guys aren't united. Shelby then gives Tyler back his necklace. She's like, "Hey, I found this for you. I thought I'd give it you back." And that's pretty much it. It ends, and I like it. I think this is a really good episode, a really strong episode. I really like the farting Megazord, because that never happens ever. So Rangers, it's your question. What do you think about this episode? Did you like it? Did you not? What do you think of the farting Megazord? And what do you think of the new set? Let me know down below, Rangers. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Check out Yada Games and all that goodness. And as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I will see you in a bit.